Hello and welcome to another troop video, my friends. Please take this time to hit that like button and drop a comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit that bell so that you're notified of all videos coming up. Thank you so much. As you can see, guys, we have to try and retake this village. The SS have actually captured some of our men. That's clearly something we can't allow. Now, let's get our guys out here. And the interesting thing about this particular fight, somebody should let us know in the comments down below. I don't think, I could be mistaken. This could be the Special Air Service, but I believe it's the Canadian version of the Special Air Service. And we've got some guys, but they've got green berets and standard green helmets. Whereas I believe the Special Air Service would probably have red berets, but if somebody can correct me on that, please do. We also have to remember that during the time of the Second World War, these are considered Commonwealth forces, so they might just have the same setup as standard British commandos. But we are playing with commandos in this particular fight, and I'm wondering if they're in these universal carriers, or if they're just amongst the men, or if all of these guys are commando units. Of course, that's a risky move with the universal carrier, but I am going to try and advance into this field and essentially get these guys out into that area, disperse them in that area, and try and knock out any enemies that could be waiting for us. Now, from what I can tell, we have quite a few... Nope, just 2 tanks. I thought we had at least 4 tanks. I guess I was really hoping for the best here. We're going to take this tank and advance up this road. Of course, there's always risk involved, but I think it's necessary to do the same thing with this Universal Scout car. And, of course, we'll get the infantry up. Now, what a lot of people have recommended, and typically what you do in an urban assault like this, is send the infantry in first to, of course, take the shots, take the damage, etc. And we're certainly going to do that. But we might just bring these guys kind of out here to the edges and let them fire away. But I do think it's important to get that infantry in there first. And if I'm just taking a look at the map here, definitely don't want to go up the middle. That looks like a death trap. So some over here and some over here. And we've also got these mortars just in case we need them. So if we need to use the mortars, that is absolutely a possibility. All right, folks, let's see what the enemy does. We do have further actions, but of course those further actions are with the mortar, so I'm not really too concerned about that. And also let me know in the comments down below, do you like me showing you this entire phase of moving towards the enemy, or would you prefer I only show you combat phases? I know that when I play Gravity Tactics, for instance, I do try to only show the combat phase. But let me know what you prefer. I kind of, in this game, think it's important to show every step of our movements, because, you know, every step of the battle counts, and any number of things could happen. Like, very similarly to, like, a close combat game, the enemy could fire a mortar at our units. They could fire a mortar just at this tile, hoping to get lucky. There's a lot of different approaches here. So for now, I am going to essentially record everything. I think we'll stop the tanks there and just focus with the infantry. Now, I said I wouldn't get into this area, but I will get into this area, and who knows? Maybe we'll locate some enemy troops kind of hiding around here. At the same time, I want most of these guys to bypass this road and get over here to the farmhouses. Probably not a farmhouse, but for lack of a better term. And I'll bring this infantry just to try to draw fire, believe it or not. I'm going to bring that infantry forward, bring this scout car. Just going to have him rotate for now. Still not spotting any enemies, though I suspect they are going to ambush us pretty damn quickly here. And I'm going to advance with the tank, but I'm just going to kind of keep them right here. I'm still providing cover in case there's an enemy over here, but no cover if there's an enemy in this area. So far, pretty calm. We're going straight infantry this time. Ooh. with the exception of one of these universal carriers. I would suspect the enemy's going to be over here in these woods, but let's push in here into the orchard and rotate the gun where we think the enemy's going to be. And I'm going to have to bring the tank through here as well, so I'm going to begin that process, and we might as well keep this universal carrier like right there. That's where I think they're going to be. So you know what? I'm going to put him like right here. I wanted to rotate him this turn as well, but that's not going to be an option. And with the infantry, we just keep moving in that general direction. I really want the enemy to reveal themselves because we've got those mortars that we could fire, and I think they're going to be damn effective. All right. Yeah, this is actually safer to just have our infantry cross the road here and advance using those farmhouses. So that's going to be the new plan with the infantry, with the exception of just one unit here. Or maybe we'll send the HQ plus one unit. Nah, I don't want to risk it. We'll advance just a little bit more with the tank. We do have infantry on all sides, so I'm getting a little brave. Maybe that's a bad thing. Same with the universal carrier here. I know. I'm definitely pushing it. We've also got a POW team. Nice anti-tank team here. I'm going to send them to the west, actually, because we already have at least a tank here. We have a tank here, too, so I guess it's not too fair a justification, but there we go. If they're in that orchard, they're going to open up on us now. So we might have a clear entrance to the village here. Again, the game is dynamic, so the enemy will always approach from different zones. They'll often, use different tactics in a fight. I'm just going to advance. Still not spotting anything out there. But I'm trying not to go the whole way just in case the enemy does appear. And we'll get this tank, like, way out here, away from the tree line. But I am being hasty. I'm not letting the infantry get up. I'm just sending the armor first. We could be really, careful about this and just send the infantry, and that's perhaps what I'll do if we get lucky enough not to be attacked here. Because if I were the Germans, I would have a pack gun in the woods right there, ready to fire. So we won't make the same mistake with these guys. We're simply going to send them right on through. I could even get the tank off the road and push him through here. Unless there's a pack gun waiting right there, it's probably not that bad an idea. And if there's any enemy infantry there, we should be able to spot them fairly quickly. Get up there, lads. Yeah, might as well bring them over as well. Oh, that's going to be mortars, I think. Yep. Told you guys those mortars could come in at any time. So they were dropping it on our armor. It's not going to really affect it. It could definitely destroy a universal carrier. But in terms of the tank, I think he'll be just fine. See, what I'm doing is just getting on the edge here of the courtyard. And now we'll start moving in with all of these infantry. I am shocked the enemy doesn't have any infantry right there. I suspect they're just waiting to ambush these our own infantry, but we'll soon find out. I mean, we've got a lot of guys going through this entranceway here. If there's something to find, we will find it. So that you guys don't get nervous. I'm not even going to move these tanks this turn. I will rotate them, though, so Sort of take that tank and just rotate him this way. Same with the universal carrier. We're just going to rotate him forward so that he's got a pretty nice line of sight there. And with the POW team, we want to, of course, try and make it a little bit closer to the front lines. Infantry group, he can get even closer. Let's do it. And I think we can end the turn there. These SS are dug in really well because, again, they are not opening up yet, except, well, they are opening up in the mortars, but everything else is kind of staying silent. And look at that, direct hit on one of our infantry units. Lost a man. But, of course, the goal now is to just get out of here as quickly as we can. And start, we won't keep these guys so close together, so we're going to kind of split them up into various different groups. And I'm still going to sweep those woods. I'm paranoid, what can I say? I thought for sure they would keep some units there. Could, of course, try to go after those mortars, but that's a bit of a risk in itself. Let's go, boys. We've got such a large group of infantry, about 25 men total, moving in over here. But I still don't feel this tank is in a good location. Rotate him that way a bit. And he's kind of sort of providing overwatch for our advancing team. Of course, I want to bring the POW group. And you know what? We'll also advance with this tank. Not what you guys are expecting. Let me just get on the edge there. See if I can spot anything at all. Doesn't look like it, though. I almost think like this tank would be more useful advancing up this road. So let's do just that. Oh boy. We got an enemy SDKFC here. And light machine gun. Maybe a sniper team, actually. Holy hell. That's, again, a shot from the mortar. And my goodness, we're lucky we had no effect on the tank there, but they fired a Panzerschreck, I believe is what it is, if I'm not mistaken, and took out one of the universal carriers there. I knew it was only a matter of time, man. Critical knockout on that vehicle. That's pretty rough. You can see that thing is just flaming, man. There is no stopping that. And I wonder if even the smoke might cause some problems for visibility. I'm guessing it probably does. See how that hull... Oh, nice. The hull MG can get a shot. It's a minimal shot, but you know what? I think now anything is going to be useful. Although there's also that enemy SDKFC over there. We're not going to be able to get him this turn anyway, so we might as well go ahead, turn, and take the shot on that infantry unit. Fire. Again, just minimal damage. It's really not doing too much here in terms of damage. I'm going to try to hit him for some more. Oh, boy! We could either rotate towards them and fire, or we can reverse. But we're not going to be able to fire this turn. It's up to the infantry. Let's see if we can even get a shot. Again, minimal damage, but we're really just going for suppression here, guys. We want to make sure that he can't hurt our tanks or any of our armor. In fact, we could even fire over here. It's still a minimal chance of a hit, but trying to suppress as much of their fire as possible is going to be important. And with this universal carrier, might simply turn and fire if we're able to. Again, it's minimal, but it's all about that suppression bonus. If we can get that suppression bonus, I'm going to feel a lot safer. Might even try to get a shot with the AT unit. Look at that. Minimal chance of damage. And let's also get those mortars to fire on target. And I don't want to drop the rounds here because that's way too close to our men. So we'll drop them right there. Hoping that round goes through the chimney. But of course, the shrapnel, even on the side there, could absolutely score a hit. Let's drop one on the SDKFC. Every now and again, you can get lucky with these SDKFCs and get a direct hit on them. And you can actually do quite a bit of damage. Not the case here, unfortunately. But let's focus on the existing units over there in that building. We're going to have to climb the fence here, unfortunately, to get in there. It might be wiser to just get this unit into this building instead of engaging them at all this turn. And let's just get over the wall there. Come on, lads. We're going to have to go for the shot. Minimal. What a shame. And only 10% suppression. So I'm actually going to reverse this carrier and bring him over here to help take this area. I think it's definitely the area that's most important to us at the moment. I'm amazed this guy cannot fire this turn. Let's at least get him closer and end that turn. They've got a lot of opportunities to ambush us with their infantry here. Oh boy. Yep, taking out the universal carrier, and I didn't even know that that SDKFC has an AT gun on it. Luckily, they didn't fire at our tanks, but of course, things are still pretty rough here. And that's where the mortars are. Nice. Our guys actually survived that little firefight, and I'm glad they didn't go for the tank. Again, they could immobilize this thing with grenades for sure. We're also starting to spot a lot of other enemy units, machine gun units. Look at that. Now they're cutting us to ribbons. We've got to do something about those MGs. I kind of wish I had kept that universal carrier aimed at the enemy, because I wonder if I could have potentially gotten a shot here. See, that's going to be just too much movement. So let's open fire. Managed to kill one of the Germans there. And we could probably aim that turret right there, but it's not going to do much. I'm simply going to fire that shell. I think we have a pretty good chance of doing damage. And look at that. Kill two of the enemies in there. And this counts as a light mortar unit. Interesting. That's actually one of the units that was attached to our vehicle there. I'm still going to try to hit that. I don't think we can, but I'll give it a good old college try. And in fact, we are going to fire all of our mortar rounds at that vehicle. Oh, man. I was really hoping that would be the magic hit here. Come on. Oh, that was a direct hit. We killed someone inside, and we dazed them. In fact, we killed two of them. 100% suppression, though, so I guess That was purely shrapnel damage, if that makes sense. And I think we just keep on firing at this unit. Unfortunately, we are going to have to actually advance to take them on. Doesn't make me feel any safer. And I think all we can really do is kind of aim at that direction this turn. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll move the HQ up. We'll use the tank as cover. Ooh. Look at this sneaky enemy here, eh? And trying to use the tree as cover. Perhaps not even in the right way, but we are trying our best here. All right, let's move that AT unit up. Got a lot of other infantry also that could push forward here and maybe not get cut down by that machine gun unit. Although I also kind of want to deal with that unit and try to wipe him out. Let's see. Minimal damage. That's where suppression would really help us, because that thing is dangerous. I'm still going for the minimal damage. We're awfully close to the rest of our troops, but we are really risking it to try and get a lucky shot. That is one of the abilities, of course, that would shut this unit down pretty quickly. Really likes bringing this universal carrier to assist, but he's already fired once with that Hull MG. What we could do is actually put him over here. That's what I'm going to do, so hopefully he can take on this enemy MG and also provide cover to our existing units. This scout car we were going to bring over here eventually. Hopefully there are no enemy tanks waiting on the road. I thought for sure we'd be able to fire this turn with this unit. What I'll do is try and get in this part of the house. And we still can't see down there. Hopefully, though, we can react as soon as that enemy reveals himself. They're not moving this turn. Here we go. So they didn't have much firepower there, causing just 10% suppression. It is also one of their AT squads. Oh, they are doing counter battery fire on our mortar. Man! We got incredibly lucky and survived that. I think the entire mortar squad's okay from what I can tell. And they're going to go for the tank. Nope, they're going to fall back into the woods. Probably the right choice anyway. There also seems to be a sound bug. I'm not sure if you guys are noticing that, but we're not getting... Sound is all the way up, but we're not getting the combat sounds. Unless maybe it's just my headset. My headset's pretty old. If that's the case, let me know in the comments. But I think the combat sounds are not coming through. We had a similar problem with the last battle as well. Like, we can hear the squads talking, we can hear the battle sounds in the background, but not the actual combat sounds. So again, we can get towards this tile. We could even try to take out that SDKFZ. But to do that, we need to find the line of sight over here. See, we could spot them like that, but I'm not sure if we could also move, or also turn. Oh boy. Here we go, folks. There we go. He is destroyed. Critical hit and critical knockout. If I could even fall back a bit, I would. That's how afraid I am of the enemy here. But you know what? Let's put our light machine guns to good use. We're going to get like right up close and personal on that unit and light them up. Killed one of them. I mean, it's not much. There's 3 of those guys left, but I think it's a start. And again, we just want to try and knock out that MG if at all possible. I know it's a minimal chance of hitting them, but you can always get those lucky shots. We've seen them happen before. And this light machine gun group, we're simply going to try to get closer to the enemy. If we can hit them from here, we will. Again, even if it's minimal fire, I am still going to take the shots. Let's get that AT squad up. They have to be like all the way over there. Not much you can do this turn. Just stay put. And I think we can almost certainly overrun this AT unit. So let's try and knock them out with grenades. This might not be able to throw them. Nice. We can do it. It's going to be a fixed hit chance. And look at that. Yeah, we're going to knock them out of this building pretty damn quickly, I believe. I might just go ahead and try to shoot them down. Need to try to get that lucky hit. It's really going to be grenades that do the trick here. Yes, yeah, I didn't think we'd get a move as well, unfortunately. And we'll keep advancing with this tank, with the idea being here that we're going to use it as cover for our command unit. I am really annoyed, though, that, in fact, just to be absolutely safe, we're going to actually just have the frontal hull there. Move up here. I'm really annoyed that they're forcing us to go all the way out here just to kill them. That's a pain. I'm also going to move this squad out of the building and a little closer to the enemy here. Might not be able to fire, but we'll be ready to attack that position next turn. Kind of want to bring him back to deal with the enemy MG. Yep. Right, I believe we do have shots with the mortar, folks. And you know what? Let's fire. We completely destroyed their vehicle there. Let's fire directly at the machine gun. It's such a danger to our men. If we can kill this thing, I think it's going to really help. No luck. Not even a suppression hit. You know what? I'm not going to be afraid of this thing. I'm going to move up even closer with the universal carrier, so that next turn we're practically on top of them when we fire. Yep. Yeah, that's a sniper, so I could see the little sniper icon there. And unfortunately, this time, their hit was straight on, dead on our mortar. They might go for another shot on our mortars back here and just knock out any ability for us to drop counter battery fire. They're going to push with the infantry. They're going for the tank for sure. We've got to knock them out like this turn, definitely. In fact, look at that suppression, man. It's a good job by the enemy. I thought the tank was going to protect them with the armor, but it can't protect from shots like that. There's no way. And they are fighting back here in the woods, man. I knew these woods were going to be a point of contention. Nice universal carrier defending and deflecting those shots. That's what it's there for. And also to get men into position. Let's use that hull MG. Yeah, minimal chance of a hit, and evidently we did no damage whatsoever. No more sniper. I love how we just see like a light in the window. That's such a nice touch. We know exactly what's going on. And I'm going to try to get some shots on that unit fleeing over there. I don't know if you guys see that. He's right there. At least suppress him. But ideally, we get one of these guys into the building and be able to spot him from up here. All right, here we go. Let's deal with these guys. I can't believe we've just got one guy left right here. It's best to probably just go for the machine gun fire. Very nice. He avenged some of his friends. We definitely don't want the HQ unit going down, so I'm going to light them up with our headquarters unit. And there we go. Eliminated that SS squad, although they definitely sacrificed themselves for the good of their cause, as that was very dangerous. I'm going to just advance a bit with the tank. It looks like that area is ours, which is good to see. And it looks like we might actually get a shot. So even though it's only for minimal damage. Again, tanks do have anti-personnel rounds, so could still be a very useful unit. Now, here we go. Again, we can only fire. This is a light machine gun unit. Not a bit of damage, man. Probably would have been better off just retreating. There we go. And 40% suppression as well. That's pretty effective suppression. I'll have our light machine gun just fire at the enemy. But for our infantry units, I am going to have some of them push forward. Nice. And again, it's just minimal damage, but these combined attacks will absolutely help given some time. He's only a threat if we make him a threat. And what I mean by that is, as long as we have this wall between us and him, we should just go past and ignore that machine gun, I think. If we had any mortar shots left, we got one mortar shot left, we will use that. Try to hit the MG. Another thing is if you fire at the same spot, they'll get better and closer to that spot each turn. So by next turn, we should be able to get like a direct hit. So I got some enemies to deal with, though. Should we go ahead and deal with them? No. Let's advance. We fear no one. Except a scout car. Enemy armor spotted. Not quite. Man, I think we can fire at this turn. This would have been one of our luckiest moves, although unfortunately only minimal damage is likely. And we simply missed there. It's good to know, though, that the enemy has this because it, allows us to kind of keep an eye on them. And let's see if the Pintle can spot the enemy from here. He can. Again, just minimal chance of damage, but we're going to go for it. And let's end the turn. What is your guys' favorite battle so far in the troop here? Let me know in the comments below. We've done quite a few videos. I'm also going to put the playlist of the troop down below. But what has been your favorite battle? I think for me, the defensive battle as the Canadians with the AT guns against the advancing like infantry and tank squad is my favorite. It's not as tough as like the battle we're currently playing, but it's just ridiculously fun, man. We're also really lucky that they just missed our tank. They might try to get him with this unit. Let's see. I think it's a light machine gun unit, though. Nope. They did, however, eliminate that last infantry we had right there. And we're losing a lot of men in this fight, which could, of course, lead to a morale loss. Exactly what we're trying to avoid. Hold on, Universal Carrier. Yes, that frontal armor is deflecting all of that damage. It's all up to these guys now. And the enemy has that forest cover, whereas we don't. See? In fact, we can't even see them from here. Might be able to see them from here. We'll be in the woods. But nope, once again, we just have to move the rest of these units up. It could take a while. If I get an opportunity to shoot just to try and pin them, I will. But I think these SS troops are well trained not to really waver very easily. Go for another shot against that scout car, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. 100% chance of a hit. Boom! And through the side, incredibly, we only killed a crew member. There are still crew members in that vehicle, although I would suspect that they're going to abandon that thing as soon as possible. All right, we can continue firing here at the enemy. Might not be such a bad idea. Nice. Actually managed to hit one of them. Let's see if we can hit them from up here. And this is exactly why I wanted to go in the building. Not as effective as I expected, but I'm glad we can spot them. What I'm going to do, and what I'm going to have to do, is move these guys forward to engage that infantry unit right there. Here we go. Plenty of men moving towards position. And you know what? We still have a shot here. Let's do it. Man, it's getting so close to the target. It really is. And I'm going to advance just a bit. I'm not sure if it actually makes a difference damage-wise, but I would suspect that being closer to the enemy is going to increase the chance of doing serious damage to them. Again, not even a lucky shot. And you know what? Just to keep these guys safe and not to lose the morale boost, I'm going to put them in the building, and they're essentially just going to be like a vanguard unit, a defensive unit. Let's end the turn. Can't believe we haven't taken this area. That means there's definitely enemies in that area still. And they're going to eventually hit our mortar. Yeah, I think they're going to hit that second mortar probably next turn. We might have one more shot with it, but I don't suspect it's going to live very long. Boom. Oh, they might try to take the building here. Returning fire. And thankfully, that just went right over our guys' heads. Didn't even really startle them. But enemies going for the tank. It looks like trying to get that side hit. Ooh, lost 2 men. 40% suppression. Luckily, we didn't lose the squad. But obviously, the amount of losses we've taken during this battle has been pretty significant. Being able to knock out, especially more enemy armor or enemy machine gun positions, I think could seal our victory. Again, all we can really do here is keep on firing and hope we get lucky. Let's get the pintle right there. And again, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Only 10% suppression. Like, that's absolutely pathetic. First, I want to see if we can see that guy. I didn't think we'd be able to, so we're just going to rush that building. He's going to be on the other side. Unless he advances and gets over here on the road, we should have no issue rushing that position. I'm also just going to keep him under steady fire. And we got a lucky shot. Always got to love those lucky shots. Guy just drops like a stone. Absolutely perfect. And let's also advance with the tank here. I am going to suspect that there is an enemy tank ahead of us. So I'm going to actually turn the turret this way. And they still haven't bailed out, so you know what? They get another shell. Boom. 2 down now. 3 down now. I think we got a critical knockout, and indeed we did. It'd be great if we could use that that machine gun afterwards, but unfortunately that's not in the cards. And what I really need to do here is actually get some grenades on this guy. But for grenades, we need to be like right on top of him. Okay, we got 1 kill with the machine gun. We might be able to just wipe him out with MGs, but I'm going to try to get some nades. I've never tried to fire an AT rocket at a unit, an infantry unit, I should say. And we'll go for just a good old-fashioned firefight here. Minimal damage. I'm going to try to throw the grenade, but I just think we might lack the action points. Even here. All right, so let's just get over here and... No, we might be able to throw it. Nice. Here we go, guys. 3 grenades for 1 infantry unit. Unbelievably survived that. Unbelievably. And once again with the mortar team, firing at that machine gun. It's not really a threat to us, although it would be nice to take this position. It would make up one of our 7 objectives. Yes! Direct hit. Only killed 1 of them, but again, even that helps. Even that helps. I feel like this guy could do more despite being down to 1. What I might do is bring him over to the building and assist in firing on the machine gun. It's tough to advance with this scout car. It looks like he just can't get out of this area unless we go on the road and go out that way. And that seems like a whole lot of work. Yep, finally got us. Got the mortar, wiped out that crew. That, of course, cuts off our ability to get any support fire. Also managed to kill one of the infantry here. 2 infantry units. Not the entire unit, but just individual soldiers. So as long as we don't lose the unit, we don't take a serious morale hit. Nonetheless, we've got to watch out here. They're going to go for the tank again. Luckily, the tank seems to have held on. Let's see what this fellow does. Man, those mortars are just dropping rounds in the woods. Danger close to that unit. And they even eliminated us. Those SS units aren't afraid of anything. Just absolutely dropping those rounds directly on top of their guys. And look at that, another STKFC. I feel like if we can knock that one out, it would be a pretty serious morale hit to the enemy. But the actual cost of getting over there and firing may not be worth the squeeze. It's that simple. Not a single hit there. Wow. No, we got to do the grenades. Grenades. And there we go. Enemy unit eliminated. If we could get another one, I think, again, we'd be in a very good position. The problem here is we're not going to see that SDKFC with this tank unless we get on that road. That would use up our movement points, so let's not do that. What about the Hull MG, though, against their infantry? So let me try to reverse a bit, right? And now go Hull MG. No. We're going to have to go for the turret. Let's do it. Nice! That worked. It was minimal chance of a hit, but it seemed to have worked out for us. And let's just keep lighting them up. I know it's minimal chance, once again, of a hit, but any chance is better. Is good for us, I should say. Get into that building. Unfortunately, that stops us from being able to engage that unit, although we're in a very nice position. It's really coming down to, like, just a couple units. That's what's got me a little nervous. We're going to advance up this road. In the meantime, I was going to say get these units in the building, but I'd actually rather get a shot on the enemy. So let's get them out here, and we should be able to kill them. We're out in the open here. Well, they're out in the open, more importantly. And this is a light machine gun squad. Unfortunately, that's a minimal chance of a hit. About this fellow. I think the distance here is the problem, although maybe not. Hey, look at that. That worked. I'm going to try to do the same with this guy. But unfortunately, he's not going to be able to fire this turn. Also, that doesn't allow us to focus on the machine gun unit this turn, since we're approaching it this way. HQ. Ooh, man, snipers all over the place, man. They got a hit on our tank. It looks like they might have an anti-tank on here, or that could have just been a mortar. Yeah, I think they're trying to hit our tank with a mortar. I'm not sure it can destroy a tank, but I'm almost certain it can knock the tracks off the tank. And we got lucky there. Just an MG42 firing directly at us. Luckily, suppression came in handy. Come on, man. Give me a kill. And I feel like that vehicle will cut through that like a hot knife through butter. The universal carrier. All right, here we go. You know what? I think we have a shot. I think we have a shot. Here we go. 52% chance. Firing. Okay. That's a hit. Now, he's just pinned, but, of course, that was pretty damaging. I'm just hoping he's not going to be able to fire next turn. We're going to have to actually put in the work here. Damn, man, that unit does not want to die. I think this is a job for HQ. Minimal damage. That is insane. Nice. Managed to kill one of the machine gun units. Well, one of the infantry in the machine gun units. And I'm going to try to use the pintle here to knock the other one out. Again, it's just minimal chance of a hit. But at this point, like, every man counts. Because this could be a win or a loss very quickly, I believe. So let's just get him over here to this part of the house. Unfortunately, he cannot perform an action this turn. And we're just going to try and move through the houses, of course, towards the enemy. We can't see him from here, but we can clear him from the house, although all of these units are fairly weak. So maybe getting a shot with the tank. Like advancing him over here. Yeah, that's weird, right? We're just going to have to face this turn, I think. Yeah, we wouldn't be able to get a shot anyway. Oh, a Willy Peach shell, guys. I didn't realize we could do that. Okay, well, hopefully next turn we get a chance to use white phosphorus. That would, of course, deal with the enemy, with the problem of the enemy. In a manner of speaking, anyway. Anti-tank gun. That's what I didn't want to see. Oh, knocked out our tank, period. I mean, that is just well-placed AT. What can I say? My goodness, man. Nasty little fight here so far. And, of course, that tank is going to be a big... Or that AT gun is going to be a big problem for our other tank. And see, they've got another bit of armor right there. They've already got some additional armor. Oh, sorry, that's our armor, thankfully. I got nervous there for a second. It's green. Not Panther green either. It's nice green. Yep, as you can see, guys, that force morale is dangerously low. What I am going to do is kill this guy once and for all. There we go. That's going to eliminate one enemy unit. If we could kill the machine gun crew, that eliminates a second enemy unit. So we're going to go like this. Yes! Thank goodness. But again, I suspect that infantry is not really worth much when compared to tanks. So it might take more than that to beat these guys. Let's go for the grenade throw here. Nice! We're also not going to be able to use the Willy Pete here because they've retreated deeper into the building. What we could do is get a little closer to over here. I hate that spacing, though. So let's just move to this portion of the building and try to engage them. Just let them know we care, guys. That's what we're doing. Letting the enemy know we care. Yeah, we can't touch them from here. Well, knowing how capable the enemy is now, I am moving as quickly as I can to the western part of the battlefield here. So let's just call it providing reinforcements, what we're doing here. Even this unit could do a lot more. So we're going to start moving forward with him. Damn, directly at our unit. So that had to be an anti-personnel round. And I'm sure you can switch it out the same way you can switch out for Willie Pete. You've got to be able to switch out for those anti-personnel rounds. They're getting some very nice kills here. Ooh, awfully close, man. Retreating deeper into the building to avoid our men. And crew is bailing out of the vehicle. We can at least thank our lucky stars for that. Please let me throw nades. Nice. Enemy eliminated. That's what we're looking for. We also took that building. Now, I'd love to get a shot at the AT gun, and we are at the back of that gun. But it's going to be really risky, man. I need to check to see if a line of sight from here allows us to spot him, and it does. So we're right there at the gate. But unfortunately, we cannot fire this turn. So that's going to be interesting. We do also have a Hull MG here. We almost could use it against that unit, but not quite. I'm also going to try to wipe out this enemy unit. Now, they don't have as many men as we do. I don't believe so, anyway. I'm going to just keep these guys back because I don't want to lose them. Also don't want to be shot by the anti-tank gun. All right, there we go. Yeah, get off the road because, of course, that AT gun is making mincemeat out of our existing infantry units. See, we don't even really need to advance there. We've taken that field. Fingers crossed. Oh, yeah, they look like they're turning it. Although it doesn't look like they're able to turn it the whole way. I hope I'm right here. I really hope I'm right. I'm amazed at how long this unit has survived. Oh, man! They are just vicious, man. They just managed to kill that three-man squad. They killed one of them. And they just got a hit with that anti-tank. It's got to be a bazooka or a Panzerschreck. It's got to be a Panzerschreck, I should say. Damn. This is, I think, our closest fight. Again, I always show my victories and my defeats, guys. I'm not afraid to show either. But that gun is out of action. We're going to pull back. There is a chance we could repair that tank, but obviously the chances of that happening pretty slim to none. Try to get this guy with a grenade. Nice. And there we go. It seems the enemy have had enough and are retreating to fight another day. We got incredibly lucky here, and I would almost call this a Pyrrhic victory. I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments down below. We did wipe out a lot of enemies, also wiped out that armored car, etc. But with the losses there, there's one Sherman, looks like the other one could be repaired. I think that that's pretty rough, of course. But nonetheless, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Got a nice little victory there, and I hope to play some more of the troop. So show your support, and I'll catch you on the next one.